Hello, welcome to Gomak. So today I'm going to show you how to rib. We want to learn how to rib your sweaters. So this is the arm of the sweater. I've been working on a sweater, but I just love this kind of ribbing because it really looks like the knitted one. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to just use the other arm. I've already done with this. So I'm just going to use the other arm of the sweater to show you how to rib it off. So this is the other arm. It is unfinished. So I'm going to use the black yarn. You'll bear with me. I know black is somehow difficult to work with, but I'll make it as simple as possible. So let me just take my black yarn and attach it to the sweater or to the sweater arm. So this is what we have. So I'm going to make a row of single crochet. So I'm going to go into the first with a single crochet all the way. We are going to make single crochets in every stitch. Make single crochets in every stitch. Make single crochets in every stitch. So you continue until you are at the end of the row. Make single crochets in every stitch. So I'm at the end of the row, so I'm just going to go into this with a single crochet and then finish up with a slip stitch in the first chain. So you want to begin now the ribbing. You want to begin the ribbing. So you just chain. I'm going to chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 and 9, 10. So these are my 10 chains. 10 chains. So you can reduce or increase the number of chains depending on how long you want your ribbing to be. If you want it shorter, you make less number of chains. If you want it longer, you make more chains. So you are going to go into the chains with a slip stitch. You are going to make slip stitches from this point all the way to. So you're going to just turn our work and then into the back. Into the back, we are going to make a slip stitch. So you go into that, make a slip stitch. Into the second one, make a slip stitch. Into the third, you make a slip stitch. So you just make a slip stitch until you are done with your chains. You make slip stitches until you are done with your chains. So that is it. Continue into the back loop, make a slip stitch. So let me meet you at the end of this chain and show you what to do next. So this is the end of my chain row. I've done my slip stitches, and at the end of it you should have 9 slip stitches. So I'm going to show you how to end that. So remember, this is the chain that we had before, or we had the chain row. This is the stitch that we had the chain row. So I'm going to go into the next and form a slip stitch, and again next a slip stitch. Are we there? So that forms a single crochet. So we turn our work like this. So I'm going to skip the first 2 that we've just done on the row of single crochets. So we are going to skip this and this. So we go into this, and we are going into the back loops only. We are going into the back loops only with the slip stitch. So we make our first slip stitch again. So they should also be 9. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you realize I'm only remaining with one stitch of slip stitch. So in the last one we go into both of them. You don't go into the back loop, we go into both of them to make our final slip stitch. So that is the 9th slip stitch. So this is the second row. I'm going to chain one and turn. You chain one and turn. So we just repeat the same. So you're going to make a row of slip stitches. So you begin in the first, this. Begin into the first, we make a slip stitch. Have you seen? So you continue. So that is one. Ensure you have 9 slip stitches until you are done. 2, 3. So you continue until you are done. Then I'll show you. So I'm done. I'm just going to finish off by slip stitch in the next and also another slip stitch and turn my work. So that is what you are going to do for the entire row. So let us work on that and I'll show you how to finish it off. So this is what you should be having. You realize that the edge is very straight. That is because I told you in the last stitch, always go into both of them instead of the back loop only. At this point, this stitch, always ensure that you go in both of them for you to achieve the straight edging. See, this is what you should be having by now. So you continue until you're done. Already done, as you can see. This is the results. This is the result. So I'm just going to join this. So after you're done, you align the two. You ensure that you have 9 slip stitches so that it can be equal on both sides. So you align the two of them. So I'm just going to join them with a slip stitch again. So just have my yarn. Then I go into this, you know, there are two, this and this. So I'm going to go at this point, then grab a loop, my yarn, to create a loop like that. Then you ensure that they are aligned. So I'm going to go into the first slip stitch or the first stitch, and also the other side I go into it. So ensure that you are going through the two panels, this one and this one, then grab a loop and form a slip stitch. Repeat, go into the second stitch and the second stitch on this side. Ensure that your hook passes through both of the loops like that, then grab a loop and make a slip stitch. So we are joining using a slip stitch, and my sweater is right side out. My sweater is right side out this way. Continue until we are at the end. So you just work them out like that. All you have to do is ensure that your hook is passing through both panels. Passes through both panels. Passes through both panels and make a slip stitch. So this is how it looks like. You see, you can't even realize, it's just like any other line of slip stitches that you have been doing. So that is it until you're at this point. I'll show you what to do next. So I'm done with my 9 slip stitches, and this is how it looks like. This is how the joining looks like. Yeah, so we just chain one like that and then we cut off our yarn. So this is what we have after cutting off our yarn. So just pull this through and fasten it off. Just pull it to fasten this off. So this is the final product. This is the final product. This is the final product. This is how the sweater looks like, the ribbing. See how beautiful it is. So this one, we're just going to use a dummy needle to weave in the endings. So I'll just use a dummy needle to weave in the ending, and let me show you the final product. So this is what it looks like. See, this is the first and the second, and they look so neat. They look so neat. Yeah, so that is the simple way of just doing your ribbing. Simple and classic. Looks so nice. Thank you for watching. Let's meet again for the next tutorial. Mwah.